Hey, so I
Hey.
got absolutely nothing done over the last week. Absolutely nothing. I had people staying at my out of town people staying at my house for 5 days. I was like, I'll work when they're in bed, but I didn't. It never actually turned out that way.
It's yeah, no, and also you and I are recording this having just worked literally for hours in a different meeting.
Yes. Yeah.
Um,
Unfortunately, there's multiple things going on. So we have this going on. Daniel and I are trying to get the second book of the Captives War series done. So we've been having conversations and sending stuff back and forth on that. Which, by the way, I owe you a read on a chapter you sent me, which I haven't sent you yet. So yet
I'm not.
another thing I'm behind on.
I'm not waiting. I'm just doing the next one.
And we're not going to say what it is, but in the not too distant future, there's going to be a big announcement of yet another project that Daniel and I are working on, which we have already begun working on. They just haven't announced it yet.
Yeah, which
And
took
no,
hours of our
don't
today.
run off and say, "Oh, it's season 7, The Expanse." It's not that. So I'll just head that off at the
It's
pass.
the
It is not.
ice capades. We're doing
We're
the
doing ice
Star
capades.
Wars ice capades. We're
Yes.
not. That's not
R2D2
true.
on ice.
Yes,
Yeah,
that
they've
is
asked us to
totally.
write that.
When the time has come for us to announce R2D2 on ice, we will absolutely not do that here. We will link to it. Somebody else says it. It's not
But there was a thing that I was supposed to do that I didn't do, but I think the interesting usage of the time right now would be to come up with a quick thing here. So what I was going to send you, and I'm going to open up some notes here so I can type as we go. What I was going to send you was a list of things that still need to happen
right.
in the Josie book. The order in which these things need to happen. And I didn't actually do that because I was going to write that up, and then the next day people showed up and I didn't do anything.
And then yeah.
So things that need to happen. Okay. So I was thinking about this a little bit. It's all gone now because we just spent 3 hours working on another project.
Yeah. No, it's the
So it's all
buffer
gone.
is
But,
buffer is
okay,
full.
so I don't know what order these things need to happen in, but the things that need to happen is
I'm gonna write this down someplace where we actually have it.
I'm typing it up right now.
Okay,
as we
then
go.
excellent. I'm not even gonna do
Okay.
that. I'm gonna do even less.
Okay, so the Gunzel's race Brad.
Right.
Mike uses the info to track Jeremy.
Right.
Sends Gunzel's after Jeremy. Gunzel's. Oh, and no. So the other thing. So then Josie and Jeremy head to Mama. What's her name? The scientist.
Sharon, isn't it? Maya.
Maya.
Maya's
Mama
mom?
Maya. Yeah. The Gunzels confront Josie's on the way to Maya.
Right.
Jeremy wins somehow,
Mm-hmm.
and they escape. Gunzels lick their wounds and head to Mama Maya's. So we know that confrontation is coming.
No, they're heading to Mama Maya's. They're heading to Maya's because Maya doesn't live with her mom. Maya lives with her husband.
No, she doesn't. Maya's not married.
Yes, she is. She's absolutely married
To who?
to the guy who's the reason that she changed her name so that she wasn't immediately found on LinkedIn. It's in the manuscript.
No, I know she was married. Is she still married?
Well, we didn't mention the divorce, and
Well,
we didn't have her.
other than saying that she changed her name when she got married. We haven't said anything else about that.
No, but we have seen Mama's house, and she's not living in it.
That is true. That is correct. She's not living at Mama's house. I think the husband is a complication.
Okay.
I think I mean, do you have a?
I don't
reason you
know.
would like to keep the husband?
I don't have a strong argument one way or the other.
I think I like that she was married, and so there was a name change. I don't like that she's dragging a husband around with her now, because that just becomes so. There's either the husband comes with them, which I don't think we want yet another person on the road trip, right?
Well, is Maya going on the road trip?
Yeah, Maya has to come with them to Mexico. That's the whole point of all of this.
I thought Maya needed to give them equipment.
Okay, yeah, we should. Well, then so we have different ideas. What's happening?
No, this is. I think we have diverged here at some point.
No, we talked about Maya builds them the device,
right?
But they need to. Once they get there, there is some programming that needs to happen. Maya needs to come with them to program the thing. We did talk about this, and part of what the Josies are doing is we have the Josies have to get Maya to the thing and protect Maya while they're help her engineer the thing on site and protect her while she's doing the programming.
If we're doing that, we can't bring up husband and that's too many people.
It's too many people. Now, if they're not bringing Maya,
which was where it was in my head, which I if I have messed that up, I apologize.
No, dude, it's not that you messed it up. It's that we talked about this a million years ago and immediately forgot everything. That's why we need to write this down. So the question is, when they get to, so we get Jeremy and so it's not Mama Maya's, it's just Maya's. Okay. Yeah.
Now I can see the argument for decamping to Mama Maya's once we have Maya, because we do have Gunzels on our tail.
So arrive at Maya. Okay. All right. So all of this becomes the part of the rest of this second act. So if Maya is still married, and we want that to be a thing, that we have to convince Maya to do the thing. We have to have Mama Maya be a problem because Maya trades doing the thing for the XYZ Hyper Mega device that's keeping Josie from going crazy, right?
Right.
Doc from going crazy. So we know what we're trading to Maya to get her to do the thing. The question is Maya coming with them to do the programming, or is Maya just building the device and it's just the Josies and Jeremy? Which there certainly could be an argument for that version, where it's just the Josies and Jeremy and Maya just builds them the device.
That was where my head was already. So I have no strong opinion.
I think the reason that, and I'm not arguing that this is the right way to go, this is just my reasoning, was that if Maya leaves with them, then when the Gunzels show up, I understand why Mama Maya says, you guys just go, I'll hold them off. If Maya's still there,
then that's less. That's a good argument.
And I think that's the argument for not having the husband still be around. Because then there's no way he's going to be like, yes, wife, you should go off with these strangers to do this very dangerous thing. I'll just stay here and watch TV. I mean, that...
Oh, we could give him kids. He's going to stay home and raise the kids. That'll simplify stuff.
Does it simplify or does it complicate?
No, that absolutely does not simplify anything.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, no. That doesn't sound like it simplifies.
That was absolutely sarcasm. Yep.
Oh, okay. I got you.
No, that was. I'm not doing great today with that stuff. But yeah, that was absolutely sarcastic.
I thought all of your points that you made in the earlier meeting today were quite cogently laid out, and I could not understand where the source of the confusion was coming from. Like I was like, why is there confusion here? These seem all very straightforward and cogently described.
We're doing everything online. We didn't even have faces or cameras on that time. It's just fine. It's fine. It's all good.
Okay.
So then we're moving with Maya and the device and the Josies and Jeremy fleeing south.
So here's, we can tie this all in together if The reason Maya isn't at the CRG, the reason Maya is in Arizona living near her mom, is the end of the marriage. Right?
Okay.
Like when people blow up their lives, that's often related to the end of a marriage or something like that, right?
Some sort of need to go to a haven
To get away.
and regroup.
Yeah. I just needed to get so like there is a version where she was married in White Oak. She got married there. She's working at the CRG. It doesn't work. That blows up. That marriage falls apart. And Maya's just like, I gotta GTFO. And she goes and lives. She goes and lives with her mom.
Finds a job
for a while.
in Arizona.
Yes. So she goes and moves in with her mom, finds a job there. She can have moved out. Obviously, she's not there in the scene with the mom we've already done. So she did eventually put a life back together.
Yeah, she's got a job. She's got a professorship. She's doing her work there.
She's doing her work. She gets her own place, all of that stuff. But it can also help explain why she is very scarce online.
Sure.
Right? If she's been very careful with any sort of online presence.
Yeah, the marriage was not pleasant. There was a restraining order.
I do not want this guy finding me.
I'm over here, and I don't. He kept all the friends in the divorce. I'm not.
Right. That then explains a lot of the things about Maya to me. The change of the name, the very scarce online presence, the fact that she suddenly left White Oak and moved to Arizona, seemingly without explanation. The close proximity to mom and the fact that mom is very involved in her life again, all of those things sort of tie together to me, if that makes sense to you.
There's a version of that does indeed all those dots all connect.
Well, we're laying out the stuff, so as we do sort of need to agree on.
No, this is
some of these elements.
This is a fine one. This is a fine.
Okay.
This is a fine way forward. If I objected, I would object.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, so far we've got the Gunzel's brace Brad, get some piece of information. Mike uses that piece of information to track Jeremy. Mike sends the Gunzels after Jeremy. Josie and Jeremy are heading to Maya because they have discovered where Maya is in the previous thing. The Gunzels confront the Josies on, and by the way, just for the people listening in, these are not chapters. These are just the things that need to happen.
Yeah.
So how this will actually lay out in chapter order and all of that stuff, we don't know yet. So the Gunzels confront the Josies on the way to Maya. Jeremy somehow gets them away. He wins somehow. I don't think he shoots them or anything. I think he just finds some clever way to help them escape and justifies
in some way
presence.
that is based on who he is and his
history in a Jeremy skill set sort of way.
Specifically things that a way that would not have occurred to anyone had Jeremy not been present.
Right. So he justifies his presence as part of the team. After that, the Gunzels are going to lick their wounds. They're going to figure out where they think they're going to, well, the team is still heading to Maya. Let's go confront them at Maya's.
Yeah. Turns out stopping them on the road was not a great idea. Let's go where they're going.
Yeah. But whatever Jeremy does have to slow them down enough that we don't see them for a while.
Right.
So we're going to have to figure out what that is.
If there's a way to leave them in the Arizona desert with their car on fire, that would be great.
Something like that. Or if they're the ones who wind up getting arrested, right? Like where now they're in jail. Because the other thing too is if whatever Jeremy does, I'm just thinking out loud here, if whatever Jeremy does makes them reasonably believe those guys are going to stop following them.
Okay.
Right? Like if there's a gunfight, they get away, they see the cops arresting the two Gunzels, they're like, well, they're out of the picture now, they'll be taken to prison. And they don't reckon with the incredible financial power or the incredible power that billions of dollars gives you.
Yes, the fact that actually we can make bail.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So then Jeremy and Josie arrive at Maya's. What are the other things that need to happen here? I'm just in general terms. They need to
Sure.
convince Maya to build XYZ hyper mega device.
And probably mom's ascendance towards godhood is part of what makes that argument, right?
Yeah. Mom is losing her shit a bit. So Maya agrees to do the thing.
In trade.
Yep.
So here's a question for you. Does Maya do all of her soldering there at her house or at Mama's house or in the suburbs of Arizona, or is she building this thing in the back of the van while they drive south?
I mean, either of those is possible. What do you like?
I kind of like building something in the back of the van while they drive south. It feels a little more propulsive. It feels like we're in a little bit more of a rush.
Why not both? Why not? They start to build it in Mom's garage because Maya still has a bunch of her tools there. And while they're doing that, the guns will show up. They're like,
Mom
we got a
holds them off.
GTFO. Let's throw all this stuff in the back of the van and get the fuck out of here. And Mom's like, yeah, go ahead and go. I'll keep them here. And Mom comes out with the rail gun she's been building in the laundry room.
Oh, I can take care of these guys. You kids go ahead. I'll take care of this. Kaboom, kaboom.
Right.
And ha 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 ha. And then they don't know how many more. They don't know if the guys are going to get past Mom. They don't know if there are more guys coming. We have.
No, I think Mom lies. I think Mom says, "You guys go. I'm going to go back in and call the police. You know, I'll we'll."
Yeah.
She's making a very plausible argument for what she's going to do. So they leave,
and then she does something a little over the top.
Mom does call the police. She dials 911 and leaves the phone off the hook. But then she grabs the railgun out of the laundry room.
911, what's your emergency? You guys should get over here now.
Yeah, you guys
gotta
should
go.
get here now.
Kaboom,
Yeah,
kaboom.
and I don't think Maya ever sees that happen. I think
that
they have
that
left
makes
it
sense.
up. Yeah. So I think something will need to happen that alerts them that the guys are in town looking for her, but they're not actually at Mom's house yet. Something like they show up on Maya's Ring camera.
Yeah.
Right? Something like that.
Yeah.
Where Maya's like, oh, somebody's ringing my doorbell, and looks, and it's the two Gunzels, and they're like, shit.
Oh, I know who they are. We should leave now.
Yeah, they're here in town. We gotta go.
Yeah.
Mom says, go ahead and go. And she's like, Mom, I can't leave you here. Mom's like, don't worry about it. I'm gonna call the police. Tell them somebody's trying to break into your place. Don't worry. You know, I'll have the police come over right away.
You know what your therapist said. Don't try to parent your parent.
Don't try to parent your parent. So Maya and them, they throw the partially built mega device into the van. They take off. The guns will show up, and then we have that scene. Okay, so the next thing is Maya and Josie's start building the thing at Mom's house.
Okay.
Gunzels show up on Ring camera at Maya's house. Mom says, you guys go. I'll call the cops. Josie's leave with partially built thing. Mom calls cops and gets railgun. Shootout in front of Mom's house. Josie's get to Mexico border, because Act 3 is crossing the border and all the stuff. Act 3 is adventures in Mexico.
It's getting across the border. It's getting caught by Michael. It's Michael switching sides.
It's all getting to Trump Tower or Musk Tower or Leo Tower
Crazy
or whatever.
asshole billionaire tower.
Asshole billionaire tower.
Ooh,
And
now I want a tower so I can have an asshole billionaire tower. Ooh, that'd be fun.
well, he's in a tower. He's
Yeah, no, but I want
yeah.
like a real tower that I can really name, really asshole billionaire tower. I want like the
oh,
I
I
want
see.
people
In
to-
real life.
Yeah, no, I want investors, I want private equity to come to me so that I can get.
Okay, so
asshole
we're
billionaire
gonna need
tower.
a few more projects to succeed before you can buy your tower.
Yeah, or backers. I could get backers.
That's true.
Yeah.
See, I want to buy a football team. You want a tower.
Yeah, commercial real estate is cyclical. It's coming right back.
Yeah.
That's
For those listening, neither Daniel nor I are anywhere near
no,
the ability to buy football teams or towers. This is all bullshit.
that is absolutely bullshit.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna send you this real quick, and I'm also sending it to Joseph so he can post it.
All right.
Take a look at this and see if you see anything that's missing there.
Okay.
And we can. This becomes sort of our super rough Act 2, rest of Act 2 general outline, and then we can start chaptering from there.
That sounds good to me.
Okay.
What is on your plate right now? I know that you didn't.
So
whatever it was.
I have a
don't know what it
rewrite of the book, the other book, and that one's fairly extensive because it's a
we had the
it's a
structural
rewrite of
problem.
2 chapters, and then adding a 3rd chapter.
Yeah.
I've got the rewrite of the Josie chapter you sent me, which is the Michael in the bar chapter.
Right.
I think it's just right now, it's just those 2 things plus the other project we're working on.
So just rewrite 2 chapters. Rewrite 2 chapters and write a new one.
But on the plus side, we're not working on the other project until Monday, so I have the
So we got
next
some time.
4 days.
Okay.
So my plan is use the next 4 days to get all of those things done before the other project spins back up again.
All right. Before R2D2 on Ice kicks back.
Yes, before R2D2 on Ice comes back. The amount of clever writing you have to do to make bleep bloop
Oh no.
into clever dialogue,
Seriously.
yeah, it's a lot of work.
R2D2 he's a poet.
Yep.
All right.
And tomorrow you're going to read in Entertainment Weekly
right?
that we have announced that we're doing R2D2 on Ice.
Nice. Yeah, no. It's humor is dead. Comedy is dead.
All right, you have the thing. Is that enough for today to get back on track?
I think there's I think we know what needs to happen next, and yeah, let's just do that.
One of the things. I mean, I'm glad that we had this conversation today because one of the things, the interesting thing is that comes out of it to me, is I'm really seeing Maya as a character now.
That's good.
This person who has been driven to extremes in the past to escape something is more likely to understand the need to go to extremes. Like I think she's more likely to quickly adapt to we have to flee if she has fled in the past.
And Doc is not going to understand that, and Josie is.
And Josie is. Yes.
So it's an opportunity to draw the distinction between.
So what's fun about this?
Josies. Yeah.
What's fun about this is Josie doesn't know Maya, but Doc does.
Right.
Right? But the person that Maya is now is somebody Josie absolutely understands and Doc doesn't.
Right.
That's a really interesting triangle. It's a really interesting dynamic there.
I think that has some juice in it.
Yeah. Okay. I like that. That makes sense to me. And I like that when, I mean, this is for later, but there's a scene in my head of them explaining to Maya how they found her and her being furious because the university insisted that she put her thing up there. She didn't want to do it. She told them she didn't want to do it. They made her do it, and somebody found her using it, and that is exactly why she didn't want to fucking do it.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yep. No, and she becomes an interesting person.
Yeah, and saying to mom, saying, if Ray shows up, call the cops. Don't talk to him. Don't let him in.
Don't try don't give him a piece of your mind. I know you want to give him a piece of your mind.
I know you want to give him. If he shows up here, just call the police. And the implied backstory of that.
Well, and mom saying, "Don't worry about it, honey. I know.
Don't worry
about this. I know how to handle it." And then she goes,
and that's why she's been building the railgun.
Yeah, she's like, it's the Rayanator.
My God, that's awesome. That is so awesome. She's like, oh no, I know how to handle it, honey.
I've worked it all out. I know how to deal with this. Don't parent me.
And the I promise if he shows up, I won't give him a piece of my mind. And doesn't say what I will give is a magnetically accelerated hunk of metal at 2,000 feet per second.
Because fuck that guy.
Fuck that guy.
Yeah, no, that explains why mom's. Yeah, that's kind of funny.
That is kind of awesome. Okay, yeah, I mean that Maya was a bit of a blank for me, but she's really starting to come into focus now. Yeah, and this is a story about broken people finding a way to fix things, right?
Or at least get through. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Yeah. All right. We'll pick it up next week sometime after the other stuff. It'll be great. It's going to be fine.